Well guys, I got an unboxing video for you here. Of course, this one here is of a Canon printer. Now of course, the Canon printer is a pixma mx420. She is a black and white printer as well as a color printer. Now they call her an all-in-one printer. That means that it has a printer, scanner, copier, and fax. And what drew me to buying this printer, other than the obvious that it was cheap? Well, for me, I still do a bit of faxing. I still do scan in documents, alter documents, and send them on away. As well as she is a wireless setup on her, so great to be using with your laptop, not have to be tethered. This printer will support almost any memory card out there that is currently still being used in most cameras. I picked this thing up, believe it or not, around Christmas time when I purchased my TV and stuff like that during the big Boxing Day sale. It was on a good price. At that time I had a Lexmark printer. I forget what the model of it was, but it was an all-in-one as well with the printer, scanner, copier, and fax. I had it for like 5 years, that printer, and it finally pretty much gave up on me. It was time for a change anyway, so I went with the Canon printer, of course. So guys, of course, let's tear on into her and see what we can find. So using our handy dandy knife here, we'll cut on into the box. Of course, you don't want to go too deep because you're not entirely sure what's right underneath the surface. Could be the printer itself, or it could have 6 inches of the normal foam and good stuff. So now that we're cut open, we'll open up the box. Pretty much showing all the good stuff here. You've got your manual, your installation discs. You got your owner's manual here, all your warranty information. So we'll just take that for now, set her on the side. In here you've got your black and white ink as well as your colored ink. Of course, this is number 210 for the black and white ink and 211 for the colored ink. You have your phone cable there for your fax, as well as your power cable, of course, to supply juice to the unit. So we'll get all this stuff cleared away and then we'll dig out the printer itself. So now we got the printer out of the box. First observation here, she's a fairly large unit. Not a real compact, not something you'd use in a dorm room or, like I said there, in a very small area. She is wrapped in a wonderful plastic here. Peeling back the plastic, you notice the wonderful kind of satin type black finish. You have your access tray here. And your little, whatever that is, 2.5 inch LCD screen, which will display all the functions. You have your keypad here for your fax numbers, number of copies, whatever you want to put through. And of course, this is your keypad here for doing whichever your function buttons you want. If you want to scan, if you want to copy, fax, or card. And of course, the card is your memory card function. On and off button, fax memory. You have a setup button here, OK button here. And, redial button, pause button, all the good stuff. You can choose between color or black and white for your printing. And of course, your emergency shutdown stop is right here. So let's get into her, guys, and we'll tear off all the plastic and all the other stuff we don't need.
One thing I will say, guys, is this orange tape, whatever it is, it sure
sure holds on for dear life. Of course, flipping up the lid here, you notice the photocopying and scanning surface here. A nice, you know, glass, of course, surface. Still, of course, peeling off all that wonderful plastic and tape. Making sure to get all of it off, of course, because, well, obviously it don't need to be there. So yeah, once you got all the tape off, we'll just do a once over on the machine itself. Of course, this is the business end that does all the scanning, copying, and all the good stuff. Pretty much you run your document in, it goes through the machine, scans it, and pretty much comes back out and ready to go. And the machine does all the good stuff, and the little monkeys go to work inside and print your document and sends it away. So to lift up the tray here to get at the ink cartridges, of course, as you see, she's locked. Well, you got a handy little button here on the side. On the top here, you just lift it on up, and she comes on open. And it has a handy dandy little blue kickstand antler thingy that holds the lid up while you're inside changing your ink cartridges and things like that. So of course, we'll peel off this here. Doesn't need to be there. And then we're good to go. So now we'll throw the cover back down and all that, make sure everything's closed. Fold down the little paper tray guide, and we'll turn the printer over, and I'll show you where the, you know, there's a memory stick port in here for getting documents and photos that way. Right here at the front here is where your SD cards and all that business end of things is. Underneath of it here, you got your pretty much your standard bottom side, nothing really too interesting going on there. On your, whatever it would be, left-hand facing side, you have your power port to plug in your power cord. And of course, on the back of the unit is where you have your printer cord, your USB cord, as well as your telephone line for all your faxes and good stuff like that. And of course, this line here is if you want to run a cord from the printer to a phone itself. If not, make sure you leave that in, because if that gets lost, then you know, it's the reason why it's there, right? To keep stuff out of that spare phone jack. And like I showed you, what came with the printer was the black and white ink, as well as the colored ink, the foam cable, the power cord, a getting started user's manual, and all your setup discs, warranty, and all that info as well. Well guys, this has been an unboxing and a bit of a brief tour of the Canon PXMA mx420 color printer, copier, scanner, and fax. Of course guys, watch out for the setup video of this printer and then the operations check that'll follow that. So guys, as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's World. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.